Hello, I'm Jay, owner of Volunteer Audio in Oliver Springs, Tennessee, and today I've got a celebrity with me. I got Traveling Tall. If you're not a subscriber, if you don't know about his YouTube channel, definitely look him up and check out all of his great videos. He's going to do a lot this year on riding, and part of that I think is going to have to do with this bike.
Yes, this 2025 Harley Davidson Street Glide Ultra.
Okay, so this is brand new. A lot of us were wondering, would Harley make this bike? Well, there was a lot of rumors. A lot of people thought you were going to have to buy a base model and add the Tour Pak and add the lowers. But here it is, 2025. This is the first one we've had in here.
And it's a fantastic bike. I think, I was there when they launched this motorcycle. From the time I first rode this bike, I knew I had to have one. This is an awesome bike. So.
All right, so if you haven't seen that video, Eric's going to put a link above and probably show a little footage from it now of Tall riding this bike as Harley released it to the public.
Still leaning this big bike over. This is so beautiful out here. And we're out here riding around on this 2025 Harley Davidson Ultra. This here is the ultimate touring motorcycle. This is a totally redesigned bike for the 2025 model year.
All right, so you're probably wondering what makes this bike so much different from just a standard street glide, and what did they do different than the previous Ultras? I can tell you, I've done just a little bit of looking around, and for sure this is a completely new designed lower. It does not appear to be liquid cooled in any way now, though, because the actual engine is liquid cooled at this point.
Exactly. Right? So there's no liquid cooling in the lowers. There's actually storage in those lowers now. And that's a game changer.
Quite a bit more storage than we had previously.
My wallet and stuff in there, yeah.
So yeah, get your wallet. Okay, you can fit a little bit in there. This new Tour Pak is a new design. It's actually different than the previous ones, and we've been wondering, can we add speaker pods? Because really, if you bought an Ultra on any previous year, it would have already had factory rear speakers.
Right.
So that's something Harley has not put on here, but we're going to look to do that today. So we've got a set of pods off the previous bikes. So these are the ones that would have went on the previous years. We're going to show you how to install those. I'm sure eventually Harley will have a new pod specifically to this bike. But from our fitment so far, I believe these are going to fit without problem. And all you guys that are impatient like I am and want rear speakers on your Street Glide Ultra, we're going to show you how you can get that done. We're also going to look and see what factory audio come on the bike and what we can do to improve that. Now, I've got a plan, and I think I already know what's in the fairing. I've looked at the software, looked at some things. But one other upgrade I see over the base model, they did put the nicer speaker grills on it. So it actually looks a lot better on the fairing, and it did come with heated grips. Your base model bikes would not have had the heated grips, nor a Tour Pak, nor lowers. And overall, the bike is beautiful. And all of it, the lines, those body lines flow so well together. So beautiful choice. A black bike's always beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very nice bike. So what we're planning on doing today, and I want you to hang around. I want you to watch the highlights. We'll do some step-by-step videos we'll be posting separate on some of this install, but for this one, it's going to be a highlight video. So I want you to watch what we do. We're going to investigate in the fairing and see what factory amps there. From the software, it appears to be that base model amplifier. They say it's 200 watts and it's 4-channel, but currently I looked, there's no way to activate the rear channels on this amplifier. So if we're going to add rear speakers, we're going to have to do a new amp.
Okay.
Good news is, Tall came to Volunteer Audio.
That's right.
So we have the only A2B interface on the market with our engineering firm, SeirenHD. It allows us to take out the factory amplifier and put a much larger amp. We're going to do a Hertz amp. It's 1,000 watt RMS, 2,000 watts peak, whereas the amp that's in here now is 200 watts peak. 10 times the power.
Wow.
I also can tell through the grills, we'll see when we pull them out, this appears to be the same 5¼ inch speaker they've used since 2014, just that very base model speaker. So we'll need to upgrade this front speaker as well because that power would absolutely annihilate the speaker. So we're going to do some Hertz SX165 Neos, so new 6.5s in the front. And once we get these pods mounted, and I'll show you about that, we'll be putting some Hertz SV165 mid basses in the back. So that's going to give us great rear fill, great mid-range response, better bass.
So I'll have that surround sound feel.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. You'll have that touring bike, and it also looks better. I think something looks like it's missing here. So no longer will we have that cutout and the pods that are missing. So the look will be better, the sound will be better. completely plug and play, no warranties voided. Remember, this is a brand new bike. We're not going to cut it up. We're not going to mess it up. Other than installing factory Harley pods, that's the only thing we're going to cut is a few holes for those bolts to go through. And I think it's going to turn out phenomenal. I'm excited. It's something new. This bike has been a huge point of interest. A lot of people have already asked, what can we do? And I'm glad to make a video showing you all the processes here at Volunteer Audio on this. So, Tal, I think it's time for me to get to work.
All right. Well, I brought it to you because I know it's in good hands.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. So let's see about putting our amplifier into our fairing. I think you're going to be really impressed with this wiring as it's all completed. So when you buy a kit from Volunteer Audio or you come here and you have us do it, we have complete plug and play harnessing that we fully assemble, and we set this amplifier perfectly with an oscilloscope before we put it in. But another awesome thing is this SeirenHD module has a built-in DSP. 31 band EQ for each channel, time alignment, crossovers. It does so much to help our sound the best that it can, and we fully preset that ahead of time too. We don't expect for you to know anything about how to do that. It's all done digitally by us, programmed ahead of time. Future updates are really cool. If we ever release an update, you actually just plug into the factory USB port up here under the radio, and you can actually update our module without having to pull the fairing. So we're going to put our amp in. For now, this is going to go in with a piece of Velcro. Eventually, one day, we may have a plate made that goes in the bottom, but this works really, really well because there's plenty of room for it, and it's going to snap in place. I'm going to disconnect this little front wire just to give me a little bit more room as I set it. And I'm going to set it up here where I've got plenty of clearance around my USB port, but I also have plenty of clearance around my radio plug. So we're going to go all the way in to the point that we're just touching the back of the radio. So we're clearing all this wiring and we're going to set it down. As you see, plenty of room in there for it. And you're going to see our factory harness plugs in right where that original amp did. So just like that. And we're connected. And then last but not least, we're going to take our A2B module. We're going to peel the little Velcro piece off the back of it, and we're going to stick it right up here on top of the amplifier. There's plenty of room there when this goes back together for it to sit there. It's all weatherproof, so if any water gets in the fairing, there's no risk of ever having a problem. And the only thing we got left coming out of here to hook up now is this power and ground connector. Now you'll see we have one extra connector here. This is a subwoofer output. Later on, we'll be offering some drop-in subs that will go in these factory bags, and we'll have either a dedicated amp to run those, which would connect off this channel, or we also have the ability to use the back of this amp to run those subwoofers also if you don't want to add a secondary amp. We'll have more about that in the upcoming months as we release those new products. We've got a lot going on at Volunteer Audio, a lot of new things, and it's going to be an exciting year. So I hope you decide to follow us and keep up with it. Let me get some zip ties and secure a little bit of this, and we'll get that power connected. So coming up soon, Tal's going to have an event in Knoxville. Traveling Tal's Run for the Hill. What is this, 4? 5? 5. I mean, there's Run to the Hills 5. That's the first week of June?
Yeah, June 6th, 7th, and 8th.
June 6th, 7th, and 8th. So if you've been thinking about coming to Tennessee, visiting us or visiting the Smoky Mountains, I'm going to tell you that's going to be a great time. You're going to get together at Bootlegger Harley Davidson. Is that where you're meeting at? They'll get together there on Friday, do some riding. You'll get back together on Saturday, ride some more. Definitely check that out. Check out the Traveling Tall YouTube channel. He's been posting it a lot here recently, so you'll be able to find out more about that. And then also, we got Daytona coming up. We're just really close to the Daytona Bike Week. Tall's going to have his own show Friday.
Third one, Traveling Tall's Ride and Bagger Show.
Ride and Bagger Show. So that's going to be March 7th. Is that right?
And this is the first time Jay's going to be there.
Yes, I do plan to be there. So come down, see me, see Tall. Now, I'm not setting up installing. I refuse to install at rallies. It's a terrible place to work, and I try to do really good work. I don't want to get rushed or bring in people that might disappoint you. But I'm going to be there in person. We'll be hanging out. We'll be checking out the show. I think it'll be a good event. So we'll see you in just maybe a week or two. I don't know how long it's going to be before this video goes up, but that'll be the last Friday of the event. You know, Daytona's 10 days, but it's that last weekend, the 7th from 3 to 6.
3 to 6 on Mary McLeod Bethune Boulevard. Yeah, come on down. But before that, guys, I'll just give you a little tip. Jay, right at Traveling Tall's Run to the Hills 4 and 3 and 2, all the people wanted to book an appointment
Yeah.
because they're going to be coming into town. So if you're watching this video, I'm telling you now, just go ahead and get your appointment already booked with them.
So that's a hard week. It's a hard week. Let's do it the next week. That week's our vacation Bible school. It is every year.
Oh, okay.
And so I'll be pretty booked up that week helping out with the church.
Okay.
But for sure, if you want to come in maybe that following week, come in for the ride, stay Monday or Tuesday afterwards, and let us get your audio upgraded. I think you'll have a great time. They've got some great guided rides. Good, clean fun, right?
Clean fun, that's right.
Absolutely. The Streetlight Ultra, they did put a better looking speaker grill. They do have a logo for another company that we're not using their speakers now, so I'm not going to mention their name, but we're not going to leave this. We're going to actually have what we call our hog badges. So we actually have 3 different looks of these. This bike being black on black, I wanted to go with the more of the black logo, but we're going to take and we're going to replace those on these grills and reuse the grill. It's a very nice grill. The base model bikes don't come with this. This is a Streetlight Ultra only, or you got to go back to your dealer and buy them. And last I looked, they were about 90 bucks a piece. So we've got the logos at Volunteer Audio offered in this kit to just re-logo those factory grills. No need in replacing them. All right, so these pods, this is a kit you can buy at your local Harley dealer. Volunteer Audio is also going to have them in stock, ready to go in kits for this. And we don't mark them up any. You'll pay the same price you do at your Harley dealer. You're going to get free shipping from us too. You also don't pay sales tax outside of Tennessee, which is nice. So these pods are going to come as a kit with all your hardware to mount them. It's going to come with the access to vent into the Tour Pak. It actually creates this large hole, lets these speakers breathe into that Tour Pak, which gives us really good mid-bass response. And from all my testing so far, it seems like they're going to fit well. The holes are not pre-marked, so we're going to take some masking tape. We're going to tape off the bag. We're going to hold these up where they go, and then I'm going to take a marker and I'm going to mark each one of these holes, and then we're going to drill those holes in the bag, and then we'll install this. So I'll show you as we go along. We're also going to have to add this wiring under the seat so we have somewhere to hook them up. It does come with wiring from Harley as part of this kit, but it doesn't come with this part, which is needed on the new bike. So if you look this up on their website, it says it does not fit the 24 and 25 models. I think it's just because you don't have this. So we're going to take care of that. We'll have it ready to go, all the parts you need, just like you see here at volunteeraudio.com. But let's get this tape, let's get it marked up, and we'll get it in place and see how they look. All right, so let's go over a quick recap because it's about time to take a listen to Tall's bike. This Streetlight Ultra looks exactly like I think an Ultra should look now, doesn't it?
Good. It turned out really good with
Tour
these
Pak
pods.
looks great, matches that backrest. It looks,
job.
thank you. Looks great. We've rebadged those front grills. Now they show off that new system.
Let me show you guys this. Look, come here for a second. Look at that.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Got the Hertz Neo speakers front and rear, huge Hertz amplifier, but that SeirenHD A2B interface with its built-in DSPs in that fairing, removing that factory amp. So awesome because we kept all those features. We got fader, we got factory EQ, 7 bands, plus all the EQ presets, all the auto speed volume, everything that worked from the factory works better now. So now it looks great. It sounds great. I can't wait to hear what you think after you ride it. But we're fixing to let you hear it. But let's do a quick recap of everything that was done. Factory amp got taken out. Larger Hertz amp with the A2B interface was put in. Hertz 6.5-inch Neo SX165s are in the fairing, SV165s in the back, and Harley pods. These pods and wiring were developed for the 2014 to 2023 Tour Paks. It fit on this one. We just went over the video. We showed you how it did it, but we used Volunteer Audio's underseat harness that pinned into the factory plugs. All plug and play, all easy to do. We've been working on this for 3 or 4 hours. We also did sound skins on the speaker pods. We upgraded the battery. We put the excess power Titanate battery. We did it the best that we could for a 4-speaker system. The only thing up from here would be more speakers, maybe drop in subwoofers, 6x9s in the lid, something along those lines. But listen, this thing is amazing. It's going to be loud and clear at however fast you go. And I know you're tall. Yeah. Your head is like 4 foot out of this windshield. So it's got to be loud to get over that wind. But I think we won't have a problem now. It sounds and it looks so good.
It does.
But
it really does.
We're going to let you hear it because there's enough talking about it. We need to get something playing. So let's power the bike up. It's going to take us a second to get it booted up. We'll get our phone connected and we'll be right back. All right, so we have to play copyright-free music. I wish we could play our favorite Christian artists, as we've been doing. KB sounds great on this system. But we're going to have to play something from Epidemic Sound. It's got to be copyright-free so that YouTube, Facebook, all these places will allow you to hear it. Yeah. We don't want to cause any royalty issues. So we got something on here. We're going to play it. It's got a little hip-hop feel, and see what you think about the sound.
Sounds fantastic. It's too loud to even stand right here. And first of all, I'm using this DJI microphone, so it might not be able to pick up this sound. It's so loud. It is extremely loud. And I will be doing a walkaway test on this. Today's not a good day for it.
Today's cold. Today's windy. It's just not a good day to try to do a walkaway, but absolutely you'll be able to hear this hundreds of feet away, loud and clear.
What I like about it, it sounds really full. It's like a surround sound. You know, you got speakers in the front, you got speakers in the rear. It sounds really full. And these speakers, these are mid-drivers, you said?
Yeah, so there's no additional tweeter on the back, which lets our ears hear more of the mid-bass and the mid-range.
Right.
So it does give an overall fuller tone. Having that Tour Pak where it's ported like it is, that helps too. Your bass comes from your rear speakers. Front speakers have a hard time with bass. With that added sound deadening material, they're doing a lot better than they normally could. But with the rears, whether it be 6x9s or 6.5s in the Tour Pak, it just makes it full. Like you say, it just envelops you in sound.
That sounds good. It sounds good. It sounds good. It looks fantastic. I mean, it looks finished. Now, to be honest with you, a lot of people said stuff about the Tour Pak without having speaker pods on it. It didn't bother me, but this looks better. I mean,
I had a lot of questions. We wanted to know, would the lids clear? Why did Harley change the pods? We just don't know until we get it in here, but I'm glad to see the factory ones fit, the factory ones clear. It looks good with it. I mean, it matches your backrest and everything. So
perfect.
Harley may release another pod in the future. Who knows? But if they do, we'll look at it then. But these work great.
Well, I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be great. It's a good addition to the bike. You know, it flows and wraps around with these pods wrap around because they are Harley pods. And the new speakers, they sound fantastic. I think my wife is really going to have, she's going to love it when she's riding on the back of the motorcycle. We're listening to our music, traveling across the country on our next road trip. I can't tell you the whole details about, but it's coming soon.
Well, I think this is the year of riding. We're going to see a lot more people get out, enjoy the road, and nothing better when you're on that trip than to have your favorite tunes where you can hear them clearly. So maybe you want to get some of those God thoughts, some of that time alone, listening to the exhaust. But if you get bored, turn that music up and let it crank.
Oh yeah.
All right. So if you're thinking about getting your bike done, maybe you bought a new Street Glide Ultra. Maybe you've got a base model bike, a CVO, some other model. Reach out to us at Volunteer Audio. We've got great DIY package, completely plug and play, pre-tuned that you can do yourself through our step-by-step videos and our free tech support. Or you can come visit us here in Oliver Springs. We'd love to have you come in, ride the Smokies, come to one of Tall's events when he has everybody get together. Run for the Hills 5.
Traveling Tall's Run to the Hills 5. Yes.
5. Coming up soon in June.
Are you going to be there?
I'm going to be there probably Saturday. You know, Friday I got a church thing we're doing, but I'll definitely be there Saturday.
Okay.
So definitely come out to that event, but come to Tennessee, visit us if you want, and we would love to do an install like this on your bike. Give us a call at 1-844-30-AUDIO. We'll talk about your bike, your build, your budget, and come up with that perfect scenario and system for your bike and your upgrade. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Tell us how much you love Tall. It's awesome to have a celebrity here with us. Normally on the Harley commercials, but he's here in Oliver Springs visiting Volunteer Audio on our little channel. But thank you so much for coming down.
No problem.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And let me say this real fast, guys. With this motorcycle right here, I just picked up this bike about 5-6 days ago. It has 201 miles on it. I have to be able to trust this guy, right? If I'm bringing my brand new motorcycle to him, well, you know what I mean? He's cut into the Tour Pak. He put the pods on it because Volunteer Audio, they do meticulous. They're very meticulous in their work. They do fantastic work. Jay is very good at what he does. And this motorcycle sounds fantastic. And furthermore, to go a little bit further with it, he's not going to keep your bike. He's not, you make a appointment with him. He does your bike and then you can take your bike. It's not your bike's going to stay
3-4 hours. Yeah. We don't want to store your bike. We don't want to keep you from riding. Nothing worse than a pretty day and your bike's somewhere waiting on it to get worked on.
Exactly. I mean, I don't think you understand how big of a deal that is, but that's a huge deal. So when people are getting ready to get an upgrade done, the worst thing, they don't want to be without a bike for a week or two. And Jay gets your bike in and out, and then you can be enjoying this beautiful East Tennessee roads out here in the weather.
Well, thank you.
Right now, but yeah.
Well, you're very kind. Thank you so much for the kind words. God is good. He's blessed us. He's set the right people in the right places and allowed us to build the best audio systems available for your Harley. We'd love to hear from you. Definitely give us a call. Again, 1-844-30-AUDIO. You can view all these plug-and-play packages at volunteeraudio.com. We've got a great site set up easy to view this. Check out the Volunteer Audio YouTube channel. If you're watching me on Tall's video, you need to check out Volunteer Audio. But again, all you fans on the Volunteer Audio channel, you need to check out Traveling Tall. Subscribe to him, check it out, come here. We're close by. He's in Knoxville. We're about 30 minutes from each other normally. If you're going to come in to see us, you need to definitely check out his backyard and some of his rides that are coming up as well.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you.
God bless you guys, and keep gliding. And as always, have a blessed day.